Carissimo.
Welcome to the Crash Course in Foods. It has never been easier or more convenient to eat healthy. It's also never been easier or more convenient to eat unhealthy. It's just super easy to eat whatever we want nowadays. So you have to be deliberate to eat healthy because that's counter to society and culture. You're counterculture if you eat healthy. How funny is that? Groceries can be ordered from your phone and delivered to your house from services like Instacart. I have a link here. Pre-made meals can be delivered to your house weekly from services like Nutri. Love Nutri. I love it. I'm sponsored by them. They give me free stuff. I love it. I pay for it to get more. Use code PaulFit for 50% off your first order. Grass-fed meats can be delivered to your house from services like ButcherBox. It's actually pretty sweet. We get our meats from Costco, but I've used ButcherBox before, and it's great. It's a little expensive. Or you can get some steps and stroll through the grocery store, picking out your own foods. It's the cheapest option, but it takes the most time and work. So personally, I get 6 meals per week from Nutri. I plan to increase it. It's just so convenient and easy. It makes eating healthy automatic. It gives you the right amount of food, right amount of calories, right amount of macros. Prepackaged. It's delicious. I don't have to think about it. Just pop in the microwave. Done. And then most of our family groceries come from Costco, but we also shop at Trader Joe's, Sprouts, Aldi, Kroger, and then we'll go to local farmers market. Choose your favorite foods from the options below. Personally, I don't like grocery shopping more than once a week, so I try to go every 2 weeks. We buy extra, and we stockpile and freeze as much as we can to keep it fresh for those 2 weeks. So your proteins are mostly going to be meats, eggs, dairy, protein shakes, protein powders. You're going to be eating a lot of protein. Always keep a supply of fresh, frozen, canned, and or processed protein available. So as you run through the fresh or frozen, or you kind of move down the chain, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. It's nearly impossible to overeat lean protein and get it stuffed on them. So eggs whites, I eat 4 eggs for breakfast every morning. Lean deli meats, the lean ones, not the ones coated in honey and sugar. Try to get high quality. I got the Kirkland brand from Costco or Boar's Head from Kroger. Lean ground meats, chicken breast, thighs, wings, steaks, beef jerky. Don't get the ones with added sugar. Pork or ham. Bacon's fine from time to time. I wouldn't have it every day or even every week. Fish, super lean. Salmon's got more fats, but it's healthy fats. But tuna, shrimp, cod, super lean, high in protein. Cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, especially the fat-free kind. You can go with soy protein, so tofu, edamame, seitan, vegetarian protein powders, and then protein shakes, powders, bars. Just make sure the bars have at least 1 gram of protein per 10 calories because a lot of them claim to be protein bars, and they're not. They're mostly just energy bars. Big difference. So I want a bar that's maybe 200 calories and at least 20 grams of protein. General rule of thumb for rating foods based on protein content. Low protein is you're getting less than 10% of your calories from protein. So this would be like, fruits and veggies, sure, but you're not eating them for protein. But kids' snacks, candy, juice, desserts, processed foods, French fries, sodas, they're no protein in them. That's why you can eat a ton of them and you never feel satiated because your body's looking for protein. It's like, keep eating, I need protein. And you just keep getting sugar. That's poisonous if you eat that much sugar. Low to medium protein, you're getting 10 to 20% of your calories from protein. Granola, cereals, pastas, breads, cheese pizza, fast food burger, like a single patty burger. Again, if you're eating for fast food, burgers probably the better thing you can get at a fast food joint compared to like fries and sodas because at least they have protein. Peanut butter, peanuts, almonds, nuts, trail mix, only 10 to 20% of calories from protein. People are like, oh yeah, I got a high protein snack. Peanuts, no, they're not. They're low to medium. They're high in fat. So look at the calories. They're high in calories because of fats. They're healthy fats. They have nutrients, but very easy to overeat. When I'm trying to get lean, I usually lay off these because they're just so easy to overeat. And they're tasty. And then hummus and some veggies have protein on here, like edamame maybe. No, edamame is here, but some veggies are higher in protein. Medium protein, 20 to 40%. So beans, edamame, broccoli. There's a decent amount of protein in these vegetables. Double patty burgers, chicken nuggets, Chick-fil-A sandwich. Okay, so you can get high protein options at fast food places. 2% milk, eggs, salmon. So eggs aren't super high in protein because they have fat in the yolk, but again, a lot of micronutrients. Full fat yogurt, cheese, and many pre-made meals, fattier cuts of steaks, and a lot of protein bars are only 20 to 40% calories for protein. High protein. This is kind of the break-even point. 40% is when I go from medium to high. So that's where you have 1 calorie or 1 gram of protein per 10 calories if you look in the nutrition label. So again, if you're looking at something that's 150 calories, you want to see 15 grams of protein or around there, and that's the break where it breaks into a high. Fattier cuts of meats like chicken thighs, ground beef, pork, and fat-free milk. So fat-free milk, higher percentage of calories from protein versus 2% or whole milk. Some more pre-made meals. A lot of the pre-made meals I get from Nutri fall in the 40 to 60% range. And tofu, it's vegetarian, high in protein. Very high protein, 60 to 80% of calories from protein. This would be like protein shakes, Muscle Milk Zero. It's a protein shake mixed with milk. Low-fat yogurt or cottage cheese. So there's dairy sources that very high in protein. And then leaner cuts of meat like flank steak or beef jerky. And super high protein. Over 80% of calories from protein. This would be your leanest meats like your whitefish, cod, tuna, shrimp, chicken breast, and then your deli ham and turkey that don't have any like added sugars or anything. Egg whites are super lean, but if you just eat egg whites, you don't get the yolk, you're losing a lot of vitamins and minerals. So I usually eat the yolk. There was times where I was trying to get lean where I only ate egg whites, but now I'm back to eating the yolks. And then whey protein powder by itself is over 80% of calories from protein. Moving on to the carbs. So fruits are complex carbs. Berries are king. Eat them daily if you can. Fresh berries are great. They don't last long. Frozen fruits are amazing. I eat frozen berries every day. I love them. You can zap them and defrost them in the microwave or leave them in the fridge, let them thaw out a little bit. They're so good when they're a little mushy, but sometimes I eat them frozen. My kids do too. They love it. They love the frozen berries, and I'd rather have them eating berries than crappy kids snacks. And trust me, they still love the crappy kids snacks, but we tell them, no, you can have berries. Like, okay, I'll have berries. And they're happy. They don't care. Avoid dried fruits. They're basically candy. When I went on a hike last week, we bought some trail mix with dried fruit in it. And man, it's a lot of calories and they're delicious. Easy to snack on, but great if your goal is weight gain, not great if your goal is weight loss. Super tasty, super easy to eat. None of the water that comes with fruit, none of the satiety. You'll get more full eating a banana than you will be a dried banana. You'll get the same amount of calories. Also be careful with dates. Dates are super delicious and they're the highest calorie fruit, thus easy to overeat. Same with pineapple. Like you can eat them, just be aware, like you're popping 10 dates, it's a good amount of calories. So what to buy at the grocery store? All the berries, apples, bananas, grapes, mangoes, peaches, pears, kiwis, melons, whatever fruits you like. Really, it's hard to overeat fruits. And I know some diets say don't eat fruits, too high in carbs. I think that's baloney. Fruits they're so packed with vitamins and minerals. The calorie content's not that high. They have a lot of water. It's a great fuel source. Great for fueling your workouts too. Vegetables, complex carbs as well, just like fruits. Like fruits, fresh is generally best, but there's nothing wrong with frozen veggies. Get a steamer, put in your frozen veggies with a little water, and they're ready to eat in 7-8 minutes. I do that all the time. I have bags and bags of frozen veggies. And it's just, put a little sauce on it. It's great. It's so filling. I can eat a pound of steamed veggies and feel full on so little calories. Aim for a variety of colors with your vegetables, but be aware some veggies may not work well with your digestion, especially if they're raw. Steaming them can help. But if you're used to eating veggies and you just try to eat a bunch, you might have problems. So be aware that you don't want to just increase your veggie intake dramatically out of nowhere. Steaming veggies helps with digestion without removing nutrients that boiling or sauteing can. Baby carrots are my favorite snack. I like to take them on road trips. I'll take them in the car and I'll just snack on baby carrots. It's great. So I call these like salad veggies. Carrots, spinach, kale, broccoli, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, whatever. There's tons. Go to the produce section and any grocery store and just get any vegetables you want. They're fantastic. They're almost impossible to overeat and get stuffed. Great way to just feel full on fewer calories. Now the starches and grains, they're complex carbs, but they're easier to overeat. So this is where I say earn your starches by saving them before and after training sessions. Because starches and grains, they're easy to overeat, especially when they're covered in sauces. By themselves, they're great in a fat loss diet, but you're not eating them by themselves. You're covering them in sauces, sweet potatoes, pasta, sauces, butter, cream. That's what you put on them. That's where the calories come from. And then you're like, I want more. It's very appetite stimulating and it's very easy to overeat. Beans, rice, quinoa, whole wheat bread, cereal, granola, oatmeal. Again, when I'm trying to gain weight, I eat a ton of this. This is great for muscle building, but trying to lose weight, I cut back. Less than I want to eat, and I save them. I eat more around workouts, so earn them with workouts. Healthy fats, they're essential for a part of a daily diet. 0.3 grams per pound of the target body weight daily, but like starches, they're easy to overeat. So proceed with caution, unless you're going very low or a no-carb diet, in which case you may want to increase dietary fat intake. So healthy sources of fats. Let's start with the unhealthy sources of fats: fried foods, processed foods, junk foods. The healthy sources: whole foods like salmon, chicken thigh, egg yolks, fish oil capsules, omega-3s from salmon and fish oil capsules, very healthy fat. Coconut, avocado oil are great for cooking at high temperatures. Olive oil, I've never heard anybody say anything negative about olive oil. It's just high in calories, but it's a lot of health benefits, heart health, everything. So olive oil is great. Butter's fine. No margarine. Margarine is a trans fat. It's man-made. You see it in processed foods. Don't no to margarine. Yes to butter. Avocado and guacamole. Hummus, dark chocolate. It's a great source of healthy fats and carbs. And then nuts and nut butter. But again, these are high in calories, like nuts and nut butter. Talked about, very easy to overeat. So just be aware of your dosages and how much you're eating. Dairy, milk, cheese, and other dairy products are fine to eat if you can handle dairy. Not everybody can. Many people can't tolerate dairy at all or only in small amounts. Many diets call for the removal of all dairy as it can be inflammatory, but this varies from person to person and depends on the dosage. Dairies are generally a balanced mix of carbs, fats, and protein, although low-fat cottage cheese and Greek yogurt are very high in protein. So take action.